I'm Mark Woods and I'm the senior winemaker for Leogate Estate Wines. I've been making wine for 20 years actively and started off from the ground up, working in the cellar and eventually coming through to a winemaking role. I think it's the vineyard that drives me to make the wines with their own style. I call it the vineyard terroir, trying to capture the flavour of the grapes from the vineyard and nurture that through into the bottle. Well, as a young fellow, I left the Hunter Valley and I went to Sydney and I worked in a brewery in Sydney, and I stayed with my father whilst I was there, and at night time we used to go down to the cellar and select a bottle of wine to have with dinner, and I had the attraction to wine from that point on. So I left the brewery and I came to the Hunter, and the pleasing journey is the agricultural side of the winemaking. From growing the grape through to bottling the wine is a real challenge and a thrill each year, and the excitement of harvest is there every year, and every year is challenging because it is an agricultural pursuit, and that is what led me to where I am today. I believe it's because of the vineyard site, the age of our vines, the low yields with intensely flavoured fruit, and for me, I try to capture the natural flavours from the vineyard and showcase them through into the wine. So I would think that that's what gives us our uniqueness, is that we are single vineyard winemakers off the Broken Back Vineyard. Yes, I'd have to suggest our signature wine is our Broken Back Vineyard Shiraz, due to the age of our vines, the low cropping, low yields that we achieve in the vineyard, and we end up with a medium-bodied Shiraz that's a little bit more masculine and more powerful than what I would suggest is common for the district. We've also received some significant recognition for our Shiraz wines. We've now been selected for first class and business class cabins in Qantas international air flights for 2 consecutive years, and the first class cabin wine is the Basin Reserve Shiraz, and the business class cabin is our Broken Back Shiraz. And to add to that, we've recently in 2014 received the International Wine Challenge for the best new wine in the world for our 2011 the Basin Reserve Shiraz. So we're very proud of our Shiraz achievements. Generally speaking, on our vineyard here, the white wines being Semillon, Chardonnay and Verdelho, we grow those grapes on our sandy creek flat soils, which are well drained, quite alluvial soils. And on the reds, in the Shiraz, we grow that in the chocolate and red clays on the hills. And I find the main difference there is that the hill country is a little bit drier and the vine stresses a little bit more for water, which gives us a smaller yield and a more intense flavoured berry in the Shiraz, whereas in the Semillon and the Chardonnay and the Verdelho, there's a bit more water available and we get a more elegant wine style on our white wines. Well, I think what we're trying to achieve here is offer a wine experience to everybody that comes to Leogate, whether you are the wine connoisseur with a very educated palate and looking for a quite powerful, intense wine, or whether you're a newcomer to drinking wine and you might like something more fun and fruity and a little bit of fizz, such as the sweeter sparkling Shiraz. I'm vineyard driven in my winemaking. I like to showcase the natural flavours from the vineyard, and I feel it's my responsibility to nurture those flavours, protect those flavours, and let that vineyard characteristic shine in the glass. So I don't try to bend or change the flavours too much in the winemaking process. I feel I am a bit of a guardian of the fruit, and it's the fruit that's the hero in the wine.